In our yesterday's session, we studied about how to find an equivalent fraction. Today, in this session, we are going to solve our first exercise of this chapter, that is problem set 17. Our very first question is, write the proper number in the box, and our very first sum is 1 upon 2 equals to, find the numerator upon denominator. Here we have to find the numerator and the denominator is already given. Here the first fraction is 1 upon 2. So we have to do that in the first fraction, that is 1 upon 2, we have to consider one such number to multiply so that our next fraction is the answer, or it is the equivalent fraction. In the next fraction, that is here, we already have the denominator. So what we'll do that, since 20 is already given, we will find out that in the table of 2, which number is multiplied to get 20. So if 2 is multiplied by 10, we get 20. Now since here the denominator 2 is multiplied by 10, so according to the rule, what we have to do is, if the denominator is multiplied by 10, then the numerator should also be multiplied by the same number. So 1 into 10 is 10 and 2 into 10 is 20. So our numerator to this fraction is 10. The numerator to this fraction is 10. Similarly, we will solve the other sums from the question. We'll take the next sum, that is 3 upon 4 equals to 15 upon question mark. We have to find out the denominator of the equivalent fraction. Now we have to see that we should take one such number which will give, or which is to be multiplied by this given fraction, and its value will be the equivalent fraction. So what we are going to do is, we will consider the two numerators, and after observing carefully, we see that in the table of 3, 15 comes at the place of 5. So 3 into 5 is 15. According to this, we are going to multiply the first fraction, that is 3 upon 4. The numerator gets multiplied by 5, and according to the rule, the denominator will also be multiplied by the same number. So 3 into 5 is 15 and 4 into 5 is 20. So the denominator for the equivalent fraction is 20. This was about our question 1. Now we will solve our question 2. In our question 2, we are supposed to find an equivalent fraction to all the fractions by using denominator 18. So we will solve the first sum, that is 1 upon 2. So it goes like this. We are going to solve by finding the numerator, where the denominator is already provided. So according to question 1, we'll practice the same steps. That is, considering the denominators, we will find a particular number which, if multiplied by 2, results in 18. So in the table of 2, 18 appears at a place of 9. That is, 2 into 9 is 18. So if the denominator is multiplied by 9, then the numerator also gets multiplied by 9. So the value to this equation will be 1 into 9 is 9 and 2 into 9 is 18. So the required numerator for this equivalent fraction is 9. This was about the first sum. Similarly, the next, that is 2 upon 3. Here also we are given the denominator 18, whereas we are supposed to find the numerator. So in the table of 3, considering the denominators, we have to search or find such number which, if multiplied by 3, gives 18. So in the table of 3, 18 appears at a place of 6. That is, 3 into 6 is 18. So if denominator is multiplied by 6, that is, denominator multiplied by 6, then the numerator will also be multiplied by 6. So the value obtained is 2 into 6 is 12 and 3 into 6 is 18. So the required numerator for this equivalent fraction is 12. Similarly and likewise, you will be solving the other sums from question 2. Now question 3 also has the same type of sums. That is, in the place of 18, you are given denominator 5 and you are supposed to find the numerator. We'll solve one sum from question number 3. So question number 3, the first sum is 6 upon 15. Here you are given the denominator as 5 and you are supposed to find the numerator. So what we have to do is, now the given fraction in the given fraction, the denominator is bigger than the equivalent fraction. I repeat, in the given fraction, the denominator given is bigger than the denominator of the equivalent fraction. So, what we are going to do here is we are going to divide. So, in the table of 5, in which place we get 15. So, it will go like this: 5 divided by 15. 5 3s are 15. We got a number 3. So, as we did in question 2, we multiplied. In question 3, we are going to divide. So, the steps will go like 6 divided by 3 and 15 divided by 3. Here, the number 3 appeared when we searched for these two numbers. So, the value for this equation will be 6 divided by 3 is 2 and 15 divided by 3 is 5. So, the required denominator for this equivalent fraction is 2. This is how we will solve question 3 sums. Our next question, that is question 4, we have to pair the fractions with equivalent fractions. In the questions, when you look into the textbook, you will see the numbers given as 2 upon 3, 5 upon 7, 5 upon 11, 7 upon 9, 14 upon 18, 15 upon 33, 18 upon 27 and 10 upon 14. These are the fractions given in the question 4. From these fractions, we have to pair the original fraction with the correct equivalent fraction. So, the questions or the fractions are 2 upon 3, 5 upon 7, 5 upon 11, 7 upon 9. Whereas these are the equivalent fractions. So, with the questions and considering the first equation or the first fraction, that is 2 upon 3, we have to see that which equivalent fraction from these fractions is the correct one for this fraction. Now, what we will do is we will take one equivalent fraction and divide the given fraction, like suppose we take the equivalent fraction 14 upon 18. So, to find out, what we will do is we will divide these numerators with each other, that is 2 divided by 14. In the table of 2, 14 appears at the place of 7. This will be for the numerator, whereas for the denominator, 3 divided by 18 In the table of 3, 18 appears at a place of 6. Since both the quotients are different, it is not an equivalent fraction. So 2 upon 3 and 14 upon 18 are not equivalent to each other. Now we will take, or we will try another fraction, that is 15 upon 33. So considering this fraction, what we will do is we will divide the fractions, given fraction, with the equivalent fraction, that is 15 divided by 2. In the table of 2, 15 doesn't appear, so it is not applicable. Again, in the table of 3, 33 appears at a place of 11. But since the numerator is not applicable, this fraction is not equivalent to 2 upon 3. So we will consider our next fraction, that is 2 upon 3 and 18 upon 27. What we will do is we will divide the numerators and we will divide the denominators. In the table of 2, 18 appears at a place of 9, whereas in the table of 3, 27 appears at a place of 9. Now both the quotients which we obtained are same. That means 2 upon 3 is equivalent to 18 upon 27. In this way, you will solve the other sums. This was about question 4. Now, about question 5, the question is given as we have to use any number which will be same for both the numerator and denominator. Like this, if we will find two equivalent fractions for each fraction. So our very first sum is 7 upon 9. The first sum 7 upon 9. Now suppose if I take number 2 to multiply with this fraction, then it will be 7 into 2 upon 9 into 2. And the value obtained is 14 upon 18. 7 into 2 is 14. 9 into 2 is 18. So 7 upon 9 is equivalent to 14 upon 18. Similarly, for the next question, that is 4 upon 5, suppose I consider a number 5 to be multiplied by this, then it will be 4 into 5 upon 5 into 5. So the value obtained will be 4 into 5 is 20 and 5 into 5 is 25. So 20 upon 25 is equivalent to 4 upon 5. You can further divide this obtained value. That is, in the table of 5 itself, 20 is at a place of 4 and 25 is at a place of 5. So 4 upon 5 is also equivalent to the given fraction, since it is the question. This was all about problem set 17. Thank you.